Chosen one. You are not here by chance. Heaven has summoned you in this exact moment because something is shifting in your life. The veil is thinning, the atmosphere is stirring, and you are standing at the very edge of a supernatural financial breakthrough, a divine wealth transfer, prepared long before you knew to pray for it. Anointed one. This message is your confirmation. As Scripture says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. Today, heaven leans in. Your spirit is being awakened. Your name is rising, and what's coming next will change everything. Chosen one. When the curtain of your life begins to tremble, it is never without cause. What looks like ordinary moments are often the first movements of heaven preparing to shift you into a place you did not even know you were ready for. This season is not subtle. It is not quiet. It is not accidental. You are standing at the threshold where everything hidden begins to break open, not to expose shame, but to reveal the magnitude of what God has placed within you. For years, your spirit has felt a pressure you could not name, a heaviness that settled before breakthroughs, a quiet storm that waited for its moment. The silence around you was never emptiness. It was divine compression, the tightening before release, the gathering of spiritual momentum that only heaven could measure. Every room you entered carried a shift in the atmosphere. You felt it in the way conversations changed, in the way laughter softened, in the way eyes followed you, even when heads did not turn. These were not coincidences. These were signs that your presence was already walking ahead of your arrival, preparing the ground for the elevation assigned to your name. Your image, your essence, your spiritual fragrance moved into spaces long before your physical feet ever could, and those who encountered it could not shake the imprint you left behind. At the center of this awakening stands one familiar soul, one who has carried your name, your picture, your energy into rooms where you were never invited. They did not do it to harm you, though the revelation may sting. They did it because your light stirred something inside them, admiration they couldn't explain, fear they couldn't confess, longing they couldn't silence. The responses they received were not shallow chatter, but spiritual echoes. One called you unforgettable, sensing a light that refuses to be erased. Another felt intimidated, aware of a force they could not match. The final voice spoke with hushed reverence, recognizing that heaven had set you apart long before the world ever took notice. These reactions were not random opinions. They were prophetic confirmations disguised as casual observations. Even Scripture whispers that the chosen are a treasured possession, and though the ones speaking did not know they were echoing heaven, they did. What unsettled them about you was not your appearance or accomplishments, but the divine imprint you carry. Your presence exposes shadows. It awakens dormant hunger. It disrupts false stability. It calls out what others try to hide. And those who watched you from a distance felt the trembling of their own inner world as your light brushed against their concealed fractures. Chosen one. I tell you this from lived experience. When God begins elevating a person, the first sign is rarely money or opportunity. The first sign is attention, unexplained, uncomfortable, sometimes unwelcome attention. Before a supernatural financial transfer unfolds, heaven often allows the watchers to reveal themselves. When God prepared me for my own breakthrough years ago, I felt the same strange pull, the quiet eyes, the shifting energy, the unspoken curiosity from people who once overlooked me. I didn't understand then, but I see now. Heaven exposes before it promotes. The spiritual realm recognizes your rising before you do, and the same is happening to you now. The one who carried your image did so with trembling hands, not because of malice, but because they were seeking answers for feelings they could no longer contain. They sought validation from others to confirm what heaven had already whispered to their soul: you are not ordinary. Your calling burns too brightly to be ignored. Your presence disrupts atmospheres not by effort, but by design. And now, truth is rising in them like a tide they cannot push back. They have not slept well because the confession they buried refuses to stay hidden. Whether admiration or longing, fear or awe, their truth is about to surface. And when it does, it will reframe everything you thought you understood about loyalty, connection, and purpose. But chosen one. This revelation is not about them, it is about what God is preparing to release into your life. The watchers are simply indicators of what heaven is constructing behind the veil. Eyes are drawn to you because heaven has placed a mark on you, a signal in the spirit that your season of supernatural promotion is nearing its fullness. Even if your bank account does not yet reflect the promise, even if your circumstances feel unchanged, your spiritual frequency has already shifted. The wealth transfer begins in the unseen before it appears in the natural. Your name is being discussed in places where decisions are made, where opportunities form, where favor is allocated. I have walked through this threshold myself. The moment when I didn't see evidence yet, everything felt different. A divine pressure, a rising expectation, a holy restlessness. It felt like being watched but not violated, observed but not endangered, measured but not diminished. And days later, doors opened that had been sealed for years. This is why I can say with certainty, the eyes on you are a sign of transition, not threat. They are heaven's way of alerting your spirit that the spiritual transaction has already begun. Promotion is being drafted, wealth is being reassigned, favor is being transferred. The watchers feel it even before you fully recognize it. Chosen one. Now the unveiling intensifies. The one you least expected, the one who wore a mask of distance, is the same one who never stopped watching. Their silence is cracking under the weight of truth. Their confession approaches like a breaking dawn. This is not betrayal, it is revelation. And revelation always precedes elevation. You are not just seen, you are felt, and your rising has already begun. Chosen one. As this unveiling continues, the spiritual tension around your life grows heavier, not as a warning, but as confirmation. The atmosphere does not shift like this for ordinary people. It shifts for those whom heaven is preparing to elevate. You may feel the weight in your chest, the sudden stillness before certain conversations begin, or the inexplicable sense that you are being observed. These sensations are not paranoia or imagination. They are the spiritual indicators of a divine realignment. Something is being pulled into place, something that has your name etched into its foundation, something heaven has preserved for a long time. There is a reason you have felt unsettled, as if something is approaching but still hidden behind a veil. The watchers sense it too. They do not know why they're drawn to you, why your presence lingers in their thoughts, or why your silence speaks louder than another person's speech. The reason is simple: your spirit has already stepped into a realm your life has not yet caught up to. The supernatural transfer, the shift of resources, opportunities, and authority is already unfolding in the unseen. Heaven moves first, then the natural world must obey. You're living in the tension between those two realities. Chosen one. I speak this from my own journey. Before my greatest breakthroughs, life felt like it was pressing in on me from every angle. I was surrounded by attention I never asked for and observations I didn't understand. People mentioned my name in rooms I had never set foot in, and at the time, it felt intrusive. But later, I realized it was divine positioning. God was preparing me for tables I had not yet imagined. The same is happening to you. The sudden interest in your life is not flattery. It is spiritual movement. Heaven is revealing who will witness your elevation and who will not. When heaven prepares to transfer wealth spiritually, emotionally, relationally, or financially, it often causes the people around you to become spiritually unsettled. Some admire you because they sense the oil on your life. Some envy you because your rising exposes their stagnation. Some desire you because they feel the pull of destiny attached to your presence. And others fear you because your calling disrupts the comfort of their shadows. This mixture of reactions is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to clarify your path. Watch carefully. The reactions of people in this season reveal their spiritual position in your next chapter. The one who watched you the closest, whose confession trembled just beneath their silence, is only part of the story. Their attention is a mirror reflecting something even greater, the way heaven has been watching you, studying you, preparing you. Before a promotion comes, God often reveals who has been observing your journey, not to intimidate you, but to show you how far His covering stretches. You have been carried, guarded, and strengthened without always realizing it. And the watchers, those bound to your story, are simply signs of the magnitude of what heaven is setting in motion. It is no coincidence that conversations hush when you enter a room. It is not random that people feel compelled to mention your name in your absence. The light you carry disrupts the comfort of ordinary spaces. You do not blend because you were not designed to blend. You were crafted to stand out quietly, powerfully, unmistakably. That glow around your life is not charisma. It is calling. And calling always precedes transfer. Your rising is not optional. It is ordained. And those who sense it cannot ignore it, even if they try. Chosen one. Heaven is clearing your path. The discomfort you feel, the shifting relationships, the unexplainable isolation, the sudden clarity about certain people, these are not emotional reactions. They are prophetic instructions. When God begins to elevate someone, He first separates them. Not as punishment, but as preparation. The separation protects what is being formed in you. It shields you from voices that are not meant to influence your next season. And it draws you into alignment with the places where your name is already being planted. This is the moment to stand with discernment. Pay attention to the tug in your spirit when certain people speak. Notice the peace that settles when others leave. These cues are not coincidences. They are the language of the Holy Spirit speaking through your intuition. The wealth transfer you are stepping into requires clarity. Elevation demands precision, and heaven is ensuring that nothing unworthy attaches itself to what you are about to receive. Chosen one. Your spirit has already sensed that something massive is unfolding. You feel the stretching, you feel the tension, you feel the strange mixture of expectation and stillness. This is the spiritual pressure applied before breakthrough. Before a seed breaks open, the soil presses against it. Before the sun rises, darkness intensifies. Before wealth transfers, the spiritual realm stirs. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. There is a supernatural window open over your life. The watchers feel it even without understanding it. The one who carried your image, the one who replayed your presence in their mind, sensed the shift before you did. That is why they could not ignore you. Heaven marked you in a way their spirit recognized, even if their logic resisted. They saw a crown you have not yet worn. They felt a glory you have not yet walked in. And though their motives may have been mixed, their reaction confirmed one truth: you are chosen by heaven for something extraordinary. Your time of waiting is closing. The divine alignment has begun. Heaven is orchestrating conversations, connections, and opportunities with a precision you cannot yet see. But soon, chosen one, you will. Chosen one, as this revelation deepens, understand that heaven has been aligning circumstances long before you were aware of the shift. What feels like sudden movement is actually the culmination of years of unseen orchestration. Doors that once refused to open are now trembling on their hinges. Delays that once frustrated you were actually divine shields protecting what God was building within you. This is why your spirit has been restless, sensing activity in the unseen. Heaven has been preparing the stage for your emergence, and now the atmosphere testifies that the moment is near. You may wonder why the attention around you has intensified, why certain individuals keep drifting into your orbit, or why others have quietly distanced themselves. This is not a social pattern, it is a spiritual arrangement. Those who are meant to witness your elevation are being drawn closer, and those who would sabotage your blessing are being gently escorted out of your story. I have lived through this shift myself, watching friendships fade and unexpected allies appear. At first, it felt like disruption. But later I realized it was divine filtration. God removes what cannot hold the weight of your calling before He places the crown upon your head. Chosen one. The watchers are not drawn to your surface. They're responding to the spiritual frequency you now carry. There is an authority resting on you that you did not wear in past seasons. You have endured too much, grown too deeply, survived too many spiritual storms for your light to remain unnoticed. Heaven has increased your spiritual capacity, and the world can feel it, even if you cannot yet see the manifestation. The wealth transfer that is forming in the unseen realm is not random. It is a response to the refinement you have undergone. Heaven rewards those who endure seasons of breaking without abandoning their faith. There is someone in your life, someone close, someone familiar who has been wrestling with the truth rising inside them. They have seen glimpses of your future before you fully recognized it. This is why they have been drawn to your presence, sometimes awkwardly, sometimes silently. They have felt the shift in you, the awakening, the glow of purpose beginning to emerge. Part of them admires it, part of them fears it, and part of them longs to understand what God is doing in your life because it reveals something about the emptiness in their own. Their attention is not merely curiosity, it is spiritual hunger. The silence they once maintained can no longer hold the weight of truth. Their confession is forming like a storm cloud, dense and trembling. Whether that confession is about admiration, regret, longing, or revelation, it carries the power to reshape your understanding of the past season. But hear this clearly, their confession is not the breakthrough. It is simply the sign that the breakthrough is close. Revelation always precedes release. And heaven is preparing to release something into your life that will redefine your identity, not through the validation of others, but through the manifestation of promise. You are stepping into a chapter where the supernatural becomes your atmosphere, not your exception. Opportunities that seemed unreachable will suddenly recognize your name. Conversations that once excluded you will begin to revolve around you. People who overlooked you will attempt to re-enter your story, drawn by a blessing they cannot explain. But chosen one, this time, you will move differently. You will no longer chase approval, because you will finally understand that your assignment was never meant to be understood by everyone. This is the season where heaven honors your endurance. The long nights you survived, the tears you hid, the prayers whispered from a place of exhaustion, none of it has been wasted. Every hardship carved greater capacity within you. Every betrayal clarified your discernment. Every delay sharpened your spirit. And now that heaven is releasing what has been stored for you, you will realize why you couldn't give up, why you had to keep walking, even when you were crawling spiritually. The promise was too great. The mantle was too heavy. And the transfer required a level of maturity you had not yet grown into. But now you have. Chosen one, as the watchers observe this elevation, some will respond with awe, others with envy, and others still with revelation. Do not be distracted by any of it. Their reactions have nothing to do with your worth, and everything to do with the calling they sense on your life. What matters now is your posture. Keep your spirit anchored. Keep your discernment sharp. Keep your heart open enough to receive, but closed enough to repel the wrong voices. You are on holy ground. You are entering a supernatural window that only opens when everything in heaven and earth aligns. There is a phrase the Spirit often whispered to me in my own transition. Season. You will understand when it happens. And truly, it was only when the blessing arrived that the confusion of the past years suddenly made sense. The watchers were signs. The shifts were signs. The silence was preparation. And soon, chosen one, your spirit will experience the same holy clarity. What once felt heavy will make sense. What felt delayed will reveal its purpose. What felt hidden will come into full view. You are on the edge of a divine unveiling and a supernatural transfer that will rewrite the direction of your life. Stand ready. Heaven is not finished speaking. Chosen one. Now that heaven has drawn you into this place of revelation, you must understand the significance of where you stand. This is not merely a transition, it is a spiritual crossing. There are moments in life when the natural and supernatural collide, when time bends to divine intention, when destiny steps out of hiding and presents itself with undeniable clarity. You are in such a moment now. Everything that once felt confusing, heavy, or delayed is aligning itself with a precision only heaven can orchestrate. What once worked against you is now working for you. What once felt like resistance was actually redirection. You have been prepared for this elevation through experiences that bruised you but did not break you. Every hardship has been converted into wisdom. Every betrayal transformed into discernment. Your tears watered the soil of your future, and now you stand in the early glow of a harvest you cannot yet see but can already feel. The watchers sensed this before you did. They saw the shift in your countenance, the authority in your silence, the resilience in your posture. They could not explain what they saw because what they were witnessing belonged to heaven first. Your calling had begun to announce itself long before the evidence showed up in your hands. There is a specific weight that rests upon chosen people, a gravitational pull in the spirit that draws eyes' attention and conversation. You did not ask for it, but you carry it. And though you have tried to live quietly, your destiny refuses to be silent. The way you walk, the way you endure, the way you rise again after each fall, these actions speak a language only spiritually aware people can interpret. Some admire you because they recognize purpose. Some envy you because your courage exposes their complacency. Some desire you because your presence awakens something dormant within them. And some fear you because without realizing it, they sense the mantle of influence resting upon your life. Chosen one. This is why heaven has allowed certain eyes to remain on you, not to intimidate you, but to prepare you. Before God elevates a person, he reveals the spiritual atmosphere around them. He shows who watches from a pure heart and who watches with hidden motives. He exposes admiration, jealousy, curiosity, and spiritual recognition, not for you to fear, but for you to discern. This awareness becomes your protection as the supernatural transfer unfolds, as wealth opportunity and divine resources begin to gravitate toward you. Heaven does not elevate blindly. Heaven elevates with revelation. But you must also recognize the personal side of this journey. There have been nights when you questioned your place in the world, when the weight of your calling felt heavier than your strength. There were days you felt unseen, misunderstood, or overlooked by the very people you hoped would support you. I know the sting of that experience well. Before my own breakthrough, I found myself in a season of divine isolation, surrounded by people yet spiritually alone. It was painful, but it forced me to listen to God in a way I never had before. Only later did I realize that the isolation was part of the preparation. Heaven needed the noise around me to quiet, so I could hear the instructions that would guide my next season. You have been walking through a similar refinement. Your isolation was not rejection, it was divine insulation. Heaven was protecting the seed of your elevation, keeping it hidden from voices that might have uprooted it prematurely. And now that the seed has taken root, now that your spirit has matured into a vessel capable of carrying what God wants to release, the watchers can see the change, even if you have trouble recognizing it yourself. The glow around you, the spiritual authority rising from within, is heaven's signal that your season of manifestation has begun. This is why some people cannot take their eyes off you. They sense that something is forming around your life, something too heavy for language, too divine for explanation. They may not understand what they are witnessing, but they are drawn to it. Your elevation is not just about you, it is a testimony they will one day speak about. Their attention is part of your confirmation. Heaven uses the watchers to signal that your moment is approaching, and as the supernatural transfer draws near, their reactions will intensify. More eyes, more whispers, more awareness. But fear not, this is alignment, not attack. Chosen one. Even now heaven is rearranging your steps. There are people preparing to bless you who have never met you. There are rooms being opened with your name written on the door. There are opportunities gravitating toward you, pulled by the spiritual authority rising within you. What God is orchestrating is bigger than income, bigger than status, bigger than recognition. This is about positioning, influence, assignment, purpose. Wealth is a tool, not the destination. The transfer is not simply a financial miracle, it is a shift in spiritual authority, a movement of power from one realm to another. You have carried burdens that were never meant to break you, only build you. And now, heaven says the building is complete. The structure of your character, the strength of your discernment, the purity of your heart, all of it has been tested and refined. You are not the person you were before the storm. You are stronger, wiser, more aligned, more dangerous to darkness, more valuable to heaven's work on earth. And so the watchers stare, not because you are ordinary, but because your rising has begun, and they can feel the tremor of destiny shaking the ground beneath your feet. Chosen one. Now we step deeper into the revelation, into the part where heaven begins, not only to expose, but to elevate, not only to reveal, but to release. The spiritual attention surrounding your life is not a threat. It is a divine indicator that something magnificent is about to emerge. The atmosphere around you feels charged for a reason. There is a stirring that cannot be dismissed, a quiet trembling beneath the surface of your days. What you feel is heaven drawing near, aligning what has been delayed, preparing what has been hidden, arranging what has been promised. You are standing in the turning point of your destiny. This tension, this watchfulness from others, is a sign that the divine exchange has already begun. People are sensing what heaven has long known. You are being prepared for a supernatural transfer, a shift that cannot be explained by human logic. Even those who do not understand spiritual things can feel that something is unfolding through you. They catch glimpses of the oil on your life. They feel the authority in your voice, the resilience in your spirit, the unmistakable glow that rests on people who are chosen for more than an ordinary path. Their attention is not accidental, it is prophetic. Many of them do not know how to name what they see. Some interpret it as confidence, others sense it as mystery, a few perceive it as intimidation. But what their spirits are reacting to is the mantle on your life, a mantle forged through trials, sharpened through seasons of waiting, strengthened through nights where you had nothing but God to hold on to. This mantle is what heaven is preparing to expand. It is what qualifies you for the transfer. It is what draws the watchers and awakens the whispers. When heaven elevates a person, the atmosphere becomes aware before the individual does. You are living inside that holy awareness. Chosen one, let me share something from my own journey. Before my breakthrough came, I felt this same strange intensity, eyes on me, conversations shifting when I entered the room, people speaking my name with a mixture of curiosity and awe. At the time, I thought it was discomfort or even spiritual attack. But later I realized it was a divine announcement. Heaven was alerting me that the ground was moving, that the spiritual realm had already shifted, and my natural environment was simply catching up. The watchers were not enemies, they were signs. And you, too, are surrounded by signs. There is someone in your life whose silence has grown heavier, someone who has watched you more than they admit. Their eyes have followed your transformation, their spirit has reacted to your elevation, and their heart has wrestled with a truth they can no longer contain. They have witnessed your hidden strength. They have felt the shift in your energy. They have seen the grace that marked you, even in your lowest seasons. And now that the divine transfer approaches, their truth is rising to the surface. They will speak. They will reveal what they know, but hear this clearly, their confession is not a distraction, it is confirmation. This revelation will not derail you, it will define you. Sometimes heaven allows the truth to come through human lips, not to expose your vulnerabilities, but to highlight your value. People speak about what they cannot ignore. They study what they do not understand. They watch what carries weight. And you, chosen one, carry spiritual weight that is undeniable. Even your quiet seasons carried influence. Even your hidden seasons carried glory. Your presence has impacted people in ways you were never aware of. And the watchers are simply responding to the glory resting upon your life. But heaven is calling you to more than awareness. Heaven is calling you to alignment. As the transfer draws near, your spirit must become sharper, more attentive, more intentional. This is the chapter where you step into authority, not timidly, but confidently, not apologetically, but obediently. You cannot shrink now. You cannot dull your light to make others comfortable. The season of hiding is over. Heaven is announcing your name, and the earth will hear it. Chosen one. The wealth transfer you are stepping into is not solely financial. It is spiritual wealth, wisdom, influence, clarity, discernment, peace, honor, authority. It is emotional wealth, restoration, wholeness, identity. It is relational wealth, divine connections, strategic partnerships, God-aligned people. And yes, for many, it is financial wealth resources that have been withheld, delayed or mismanaged, now being reassigned to the rightful heir. You are that heir. Your endurance has authorized it. Your obedience has qualified it. Your purification has prepared you for it. The watchers sense this shift. They may not know the language of heaven, but they can feel the vibration of destiny in your presence. This is why some people grow quiet when you enter the room. It is not fear, it is reverence. It is not discomfort, it is recognition. They are encountering the future version of you, the one heaven has already unveiled in the spirit. They see glimpses of the person you are becoming, and it unsettles their understanding of who they believed you to be. Chosen one. This is not the time to doubt. This is the time to rise. The next steps of your journey are soaked in divine intention. Heaven is moving, the earth is responding, your spirit is awakening, and the transfer, spiritual, emotional, financial, is drawing near with unstoppable momentum. You are stepping into a chapter that will redefine your story. Your name is about to carry new weight. Chosen one. As you move deeper into this unfolding season, heaven is not only revealing what has surrounded you, but also what has been prepared for you. The watchers, the whispers, the shifting relationships, these are merely the surface indicators of a spiritual elevation taking place beneath the visible world. You are in a divine metamorphosis, a transformation that cannot be halted by human opinion or slowed by earthly resistance. The spiritual tension you feel is the stretching required for expansion. The pressure you sense is not a threat, it is the weight of the mantle settling properly on your shoulders. The supernatural transfer that is approaching you does not arrive gently, it arrives with signs. The first sign is awareness. You begin noticing details you once ignored. You sense intentions hidden behind smiles. You hear spiritual truths within ordinary words. It feels as though your spirit has stepped forward ahead of your body, perceiving things before your mind understands them. This heightened awareness is not coincidence, it is equipping. Heaven sharpens your discernment before entrusting you with influence, because promotion without perception becomes vulnerability. And heaven is not sending you into elevation unprotected. Chosen one. There is a stirring in the spiritual realm that has your name attached to it. The time of being overlooked has expired. The season of being underestimated has reached its end. Even if the environment around you appears unchanged, the atmosphere has shifted. Heaven is speaking about you. Angels are moving on your behalf. Doors that resisted you are weakening. People who dismissed you are reconsidering. This is not your imagination, it is divine orchestration. The spiritual realm recognizes your rising before you do. The watchers in your natural life are responding to a shift they cannot explain, but their reactions are confirmation of what heaven has already announced. There is one person in particular, close enough to feel familiar, distant enough to hide their truth, whose spirit has been stirred more intensely than the rest. Their eyes have been trained on you, not out of malice, but out of wonder, confusion, longing, and spiritual recognition. Your presence awakened something in them they did not expect, an awareness of destiny, a sense of divine timing, a hunger for clarity. They saw in you what they could not see in themselves. And while they may not understand why they're drawn to you, heaven understands. Their role in your story is shifting, and the truth they carry is approaching its moment of release. But chosen one, hear this clearly, you must not anchor your identity to anyone's reaction, confession, admiration, or misunderstanding. Your worth is not determined by the eyes watching you, it is determined by the one who anointed you. Heaven has marked you for a purpose far greater than human validation. The Watchers simply reveal the spiritual impact you have, not the spiritual identity you hold. You are chosen because heaven said so, not because people see it. And you are rising because destiny demands it, not because anyone approves of it. This season will require a new posture from you, a posture of stillness, clarity, and authority. You can no longer afford to dilute yourself to make others comfortable. You can no longer silence your discernment to maintain harmony. You can no longer pretend not to notice what the Spirit has revealed. You are stepping into a chapter where boldness becomes obedience. Heaven is trusting you with more and more requires a strengthened spine and a purified heart. I learned this in my own journey when God elevated me into a role I did not feel worthy of. The weight felt overwhelming until I realized heaven never gives responsibility without equipping the vessel. And the same God who strengthened me is strengthening you now. Chosen one. The transfer you are stepping into will shift more than your circumstances. It will shift your identity. You will begin seeing yourself through heaven's eyes rather than the world's limitations. You will walk with a confidence that is not arrogance but awareness. You will speak with authority that feels foreign at first but natural with time. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming who you were always meant to be before life tried to shrink you. This reintroduction of your true self is part of the elevation. Heaven promotes identities, not facades. As the Watchers observe this transformation, some will draw closer, hoping to understand what God is doing in you. Others will distance themselves, threatened by the uncertainty your rising creates within them. And a few will remain silent, unsure how to navigate their shifting feelings. Do not hold any of this against them. Their reactions reveal their journey, not your failure. Your only task is to stay aligned, stay grounded, and stay obedient. Heaven will handle the rest. Chosen one. Let this truth settle deeply. Your life is entering a chapter where the supernatural becomes normal and the extraordinary becomes expected. Your presence will carry weight. Your words will carry influence. Your steps will carry direction. And the wealth transfer, spiritual, emotional, and financial, will flow into your life with a grace that surprises even you. You have endured the crushing. Now you will experience the pouring. You have survived the pruning. Now you will witness the blooming. You are stepping into a season where heaven does not whisper your name, it declares it. Chosen one. As this divine unfolding progresses, something even deeper begins to happen within you. You start to realize that the spiritual attention surrounding your life is not merely about what others see. It is about what heaven has decreed. The Watchers are responding to a vibration in the spirit, a frequency tied to your destiny. You feel the shift in your own body, in your thoughts, in your prayers. Something inside you is awakening that has been dormant for years. A holy boldness, a sacred awareness, a quiet certainty that your life is not returning to the version you once knew. Something profound is being birthed in you, and heaven is midwifing the process. This awakening brings with it a new clarity. Suddenly you see people not just as they present themselves, but as their spirits reveal themselves. What once confused you now makes sense. The distance certain people created was protection, not rejection. The closeness others pursued was curiosity, not commitment. You begin to discern who is reacting to your calling, who is reacting to your elevation, and who is reacting to their own unhealed places. Heaven is training your eyes, and this vision is preparing you for a chapter that requires precision, not naivete. There is a reason the Watchers feel conflicted around you. Your presence exposes what is unresolved within them. Some feel inspired because your rising shows them what is possible. Others feel threatened because your glow reveals the shadows they have been avoiding. And a few feel drawn to you in ways they cannot explain because your destiny is intertwined with theirs, whether for a season or for a purpose. Your life is a spiritual mirror, revealing truth simply by existing. That is why people behave differently around you. You shift the atmosphere without speaking a word. Chosen one. The supernatural transfer you are walking toward is not only a shift in resources, it is a shift in identity. You are becoming the person you prayed for during your most painful seasons. You are becoming the version of yourself that trials refined, that storms strengthened, that heartbreak purified. This is why the spiritual realm reacts to you the way it does. Heaven knows who you are. Hell knows who you are. Creation knows who you are. And now finally, you are beginning to know who you are. This realization does something powerful inside of you. It silences the insecurities that once held you hostage. It quiets the voices of doubt that used to torment your mind. It closes the chapters that once drained your energy. Because now you understand your journey was not random, your pain was not wasted, your delays were not denials. Everything you endured was sculpting you, chiseling you, preparing you for the weight of the mantle you now carry. Heaven never intended for you to rise unprepared. That is why the process took time. And now that you have grown into the assignment, heaven is releasing what belongs to you. There is someone among the watchers whose truth weighs heavily on the air. Their silence is no longer sustainable. They have seen too much, felt too much, and recognized too much not to speak. Their confession will reveal how deeply your presence has impacted them. It will expose the spiritual recognition they felt long before you understood the significance of the connection. But hear this clearly, their confession is not meant to bind you, it is meant to free you. Heaven is using their truth as a tool of clarity, not complication. What they reveal will help you see your path more clearly, not blur it. And as this confession approaches, something shifts within your own spirit. You begin to detach emotionally from what once held you. You stop explaining yourself. You stop overthinking your steps. You stop shrinking to fit environments that were never meant to hold your potential. You walk differently, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. You speak differently, not out of pride, but out of purpose. You think differently because your mind has risen to meet your destiny. Heaven has elevated your perspective before elevating your circumstance. Chosen one. The watchers sense this change. They feel the authority rising in your tone, the clarity strengthening in your decisions, the peace settling in your posture. Some are magnetized by it, others are intimidated by it, but all of them recognize it. You are no longer the version of yourself they once knew. You have crossed into a new dimension of purpose, and your life is beginning to reflect the glory that has always rested within you. This is why heaven allowed them to see you during your transition, so that when the transfer manifests, no one will call it coincidence. They will say, "I saw it happening. I felt it coming." This part of your journey requires courage, not the courage to fight, but the courage to become, the courage to accept your calling, your favor, your influence, your rising, the courage to stop apologizing for what God placed within you, the courage to walk with authority even when you feel unprepared. Heaven is backing you, heaven is surrounding you, heaven is equipping you. Your only responsibility is to agree with what heaven has spoken. Chosen one, feel this truth deep in your spirit. You are stepping into a chapter where nothing about your life will look the same. Not your finances, not your relationships, not your opportunities, not your identity. The supernatural transfer is not coming, it has begun. And the watchers, they sense it, they see it, they feel it, and they cannot look away. Chosen one, as the spiritual unveiling continues, you must understand that you are no longer standing in the early phase of transition. You are now in the progression of divine fulfillment. The shift is no longer subtle. It is bold, unmistakable, and accelerating with every passing day. Heaven has moved from preparation to activation. The watchers around you can sense this escalation even before you fully grasp it. They see favor gathering around your life like a rising tide. They notice opportunities gravitating toward you that once bypassed you. Their spirit recognizes what their mind cannot articulate. Your elevation is already in motion. This is why the air feels different when you walk into certain spaces, why rooms grow quiet, why conversations shift, why people suddenly look at you with a mixture of curiosity, reverence, and uncertainty. They are not reacting to your personality. They are responding to your anointing. You carry a divine fragrance, one that signals heaven's movement. And even those who do not know God can sense that something powerful is unfolding around you. The anointing announces itself before the blessing arrives. You are walking with a presence that cannot be explained by natural means. This is the mark of the chosen one. Heaven is revealing not only who has watched you, but why they watched you. Some were drawn to your resilience. Some were fascinated by your strength. Some admired your purity of heart. But others, those you least expected, were stirred by something deeper, something sacred. They recognized destiny when they saw it. They sensed divine timing in your footsteps. They felt a spiritual pull that challenged their understanding of themselves. Your existence awakened their conscience, their hunger, their dormant faith. You became a sign without realizing it, a living prophecy, a mirror that forced truth to reveal itself. But as heaven elevates you, it is also purifying your environment. This is why certain people have drifted away without explanation. Why some connections have weakened. Why old relationships no longer feel aligned. This is not loss, it is refinement. Heaven removes what cannot sustain your next level. A blessing too heavy will collapse if it rests on unstable foundations. And the supernatural transfer assigned to your life requires structural integrity within your spirit, your circle, and your habits. Your environment must rise with you, and heaven ensures that it does. In my own journey, I learned this the hardest way. When God prepared me for promotion, I didn't realize He was also preparing me for separation. I held on to people who couldn't understand my calling. I tried to explain spiritual things to minds still trapped in the natural. It wasn't until I let go that I realized the removal was protection. Without those shifts, I would have stepped into elevation surrounded by weights instead of wings. And now, as I watch your journey prophetically, I see similar patterns unfolding for you, not to harm you, but to free you. You are being refined for greatness. Chosen one, the eyes watching you are not random. Heaven has allowed you to be observed because your rising is meant to be witnessed. The glory resting upon your life is not for private consumption. It is a testimony heaven intends to display. The watchers will not only see your blessing, they will testify of your transformation. Some will say, I knew something was happening. Others will say, I should have treated them differently. And a few will finally understand why they were drawn to you in the first place. You were always marked. You were always set apart. You were always chosen. The supernatural transfer that approaches you is layered. It is not merely financial, though financial blessings will come. It is not merely emotional, though emotional healing is unfolding. It is not merely relational, though divine connections are being prepared. This transfer is an identity shift, a spiritual upgrade, a mantle exchange. Heaven is repositioning you into a realm of influence you were built for but had not yet stepped into. Your voice will carry new authority. Your presence will carry new weight. Your discernment will carry new sharpness, and your life will begin reflecting what heaven has always seen in you. This is why the watchers behave the way they do. They sense the greatness rising in you long before you perceive its magnitude. They may not know the language of prophecy, but they can feel prophetic movement. They may not understand spiritual warfare, but they feel the shift in your atmosphere. They may not comprehend calling, but they sense destiny when it stands before them. Their spirit recognizes what your journey has been trying to reveal. You were never meant for the ordinary. You carry a divine assignment, and assignments attract attention. Chosen one. Let your soul settle into this truth. Your life is not slowing down, it is accelerating. The quiet seasons were not punishment, they were preparation. The waiting seasons were not denial, they were sharpening. The painful seasons were not abandonment, they were alignment. And now the pieces begin to fit. The watchers begin to speak. The truth begins to rise. The blessing begins to approach. Heaven is orchestrating every detail with surgical precision. What is coming toward you cannot be stopped. What is rising within you cannot be silenced. What is shifting around you cannot be reversed. You are stepping into a chapter of fulfillment, manifestation, and supernatural endorsement. Heaven is not simply moving, it is establishing. And the watchers, they are witnessing the emergence of someone heaven has chosen for a purpose far greater than their understanding. Chosen one, you have entered a threshold where heaven is no longer whispering. Heaven is speaking loudly, clearly, unmistakably. The veil that once obscured intentions, motives, and hidden truths is now lifting, and what was once subtle has become undeniable. The watchers around you can no longer pretend they don't feel the shift. Something about you carries a different weight, a different presence, a different spiritual authority. They sense it even when you remain silent. They see it even when you try to hide. Heaven has placed its mark on you, and that mark cannot be ignored. There is one person in particular whose reaction has grown impossible to miss. Someone who once moved casually around you is now inwardly trembling because the truth they have been suppressing is forcing its way to the surface. They have felt something about you for a long time, something sacred, something powerful, something they could never explain. Your presence stirred a recognition they were not prepared to confront. Their silence was never indifference, it was spiritual conflict. They were wrestling with what their spirit already knew long before their mind caught up. And now, chosen one, their confession draws near. But as their truth rises, heaven reminds you that this story is not about them. It is about you, your becoming, your elevation, your divine assignment. The watchers and their reactions are merely signs, indicators of the spiritual movement around your life. Heaven is shifting your position in ways you cannot yet see, but can deeply feel. The divine transfer prepared for you, be it financial, spiritual, relational, or positional, is drawing closer with every act of obedience, every moment of surrender, every tear you've cried in silence. You are stepping out of survival and into sovereignty. Chosen. 1. Understand this manifestation begins long before the blessing is visible. It begins with an internal shift, clarity replacing confusion, peace replacing anxiety, purpose replacing doubt. People around you feel this shift even before you articulate it. That is why their behavior is changing. Some treat you with newfound respect without knowing why. Others tread carefully because your presence suddenly feels weightier. and a few step back, sensing that your rising exposes something unresolved within themselves. Their reactions are mirrors reflecting the elevation happening inside your soul. The watchers sense that you are no longer who you once were. You no longer walk with uncertainty, you walk with alignment. You no longer question your worth, you embody it. You no longer shrink to fit rooms, you carry an authority that reshapes them. This transformation is not arrogance, it is clarity. Heaven has whispered truth into your spirit, and now you are beginning to believe it. You are chosen, you are marked, you are appointed, and your elevation is not coming, your elevation has begun. In my own journey, I remember the exact moment I realized heaven had shifted something in me. Nothing dramatic happened around me. Instead, something profound awakened within me. I stopped chasing approval. I stopped doubting my voice. I stopped apologizing for who I was becoming. That internal pivot was the first sign that heaven was preparing something bigger. Looking at you now, I see that same awakening. The watchers are not imagining it, you are rising, and the rise is spiritual before it becomes physical. Chosen One, heaven is positioning you for a transfer that will reshape the landscape of your life. This transfer is not only financial, though financial blessings will come. It is not only emotional, though healing will deepen. It is not only relational, though divine connections are approaching. This transfer is an elevation of identity. You are being lifted into the version of yourself. Heaven always intended the secure version, the discerning version, the powerful version, the spiritually awakened version. And once this version of you emerges, the world will treat you differently because your spirit speaks before your voice does. The watchers feel this emerging authority. They sense the glow around your life, the grace that follows your steps, the peace that shields your decisions. Even those who never believed in destiny now see something unfolding in you that cannot be dismissed. What they are witnessing is not luck, it is alignment. What they are sensing is not coincidence, it is calling. What they are drawn to is not charm, it is the evidence of divine preparation. Chosen One, hear this and let it settle in your bones. You are not transitioning, you are transforming. You're not waiting, you are walking into fulfillment. You are not being watched out of curiosity. You are being watched because heaven has begun to elevate you in full view. And as the truth rises around you, so will you. Chosen One, now you stand at the edge of the revelation heaven has been guiding you toward. This final stretch is not gentle, it is decisive. The same spiritual pressure that has been building around your life is now reaching its apex. The watchers feel it. You feel it. Heaven feels it. Everything within you is aligning with a moment that has been written into your destiny long before you understood the meaning of your journey. You are standing in the doorway of divine fulfillment, and what comes next will not resemble anything from your past. The truth that was hidden behind glances, silence, and hesitation is rising now in full force. Those who watched you with curiosity, admiration, envy, or reverence can no longer remain silent. Revelation demands expression. And there is one among them, one who carried your image in their thoughts, one who studied your spirit more than your words, who can no longer contain what they know. Their confession, when it comes, will reveal how deeply your presence impacted their spirit. But understand this clearly, their confession is not your destination. It is merely a signpost pointing toward what heaven is about to release. Chosen One, heaven is shifting your position. While others are just now realizing your worth, heaven recognized it long ago. You are not stepping into a blessing, you are stepping into identity. The divine transfer that approaches your life is not a product of luck or timing. It is the harvest of the seeds you planted in silence, the nights you endured without applause, the prayers you whispered when no one heard you. This is not random favor. It is the fulfillment of divine order. You are stepping into what has always been yours. In this season, you will notice something changing in the way you think, move, and respond. You will no longer seek validation from those who failed to see you before. You will no longer question your worth in the presence of those intimidated by it. You will no longer shrink to accommodate environments that fear your growth. Heaven has elevated your spirit, and now your life must follow. You are becoming the version of yourself that trials prepared, storms refined, and faith sustained. This is your ascension, not your imagination. As the watchers observe your rising, some will approach with humility, others with hesitation, and a few with awe. But all of them, every single one, will acknowledge that something supernatural is unfolding around you. You have been transformed from the inside out, and heaven has made it impossible for your light to remain hidden. The transfer, spiritual, emotional, and yes, financial, is not ahead of you anymore. It is unfolding around you, even now, in ways your eyes cannot yet see, but your spirit can already feel. Chosen one, let this final truth anchor your soul. You did not endure all you endured to remain where you have been. Heaven is elevating you. Heaven is endorsing you. Heaven is establishing you. What comes next will not require striving, only surrender. It will not require fear, only faith. It will not require explanation, only obedience. You are stepping into divine fulfillment, and nothing can stop what heaven has begun. Chosen one. Now that heaven has positioned you at this threshold of transformation, the air around your life carries a weight that cannot be denied. You may not see the full picture yet, but your spirit feels it. Something is unfolding, something irreversible, something holy. This is the moment where preparation becomes purpose, where hiddenness becomes visibility, where waiting becomes walking. Destiny is no longer approaching, destiny is here. The watchers sense this shift more intensely than ever before. Their eyes linger not because of who you were, but because of who you are becoming. They feel the authority rising in your presence, the peace settling in your energy, the clarity radiating from your decisions. They know, even without understanding it, that heaven has marked you for something greater, and the one who has watched the longest, the quietest, is now on the edge of acknowledgement. Their spirit cannot deny what their heart has tried to suppress. But remember this, chosen one. Their realization is simply a shadow compared to the revelation heaven is placing within you. You are awakening into your identity in a way that leaves no room for doubt. You are standing taller not out of pride but out of alignment. You are speaking differently not out of ego but out of purpose. The transformation happening within you is not cosmetic. It is spiritual reconstruction. Heaven is rebuilding you for elevation. And the transfer, yes, the transfer is now pressing against the veil, ready to break through. It may arrive as opportunity, as favor, as unexpected provision, as relational breakthrough, or as supernatural clarity. But it will arrive. Heaven does not stir this deeply without delivering. Your readiness has drawn the blessing closer. Your endurance has unlocked what was held for you. Your obedience has summoned what once felt out of reach. Chosen one. You are stepping into a chapter where the movement of heaven will become undeniable. Walk with reverence. Walk with expectation. Walk knowing that the eyes watching you are not a threat. They are witnesses to what God is about to do. Chosen one, as you step into this final arc of revelation, feel the shift in your spirit, subtle yet undeniable, quiet yet commanding. This is the phase where heaven begins to solidify what it has been whispering, shaping, and revealing. All the signs, all the tension, all the spiritual activity surrounding you have been pointing to one truth. Your elevation is no longer pending. It is unfolding. You are no longer standing at the threshold, you are crossing it. The watchers sense this more sharply than ever before. Their eyes linger for reasons they cannot name, but you know it is the anointing announcing itself. Some watch in awe because they see strength where there was once struggle. Some watch in confusion because they feel the shift but cannot understand its origin, and others watch with quiet reverence because your rising confronts something sacred inside them. You were never meant to remain hidden. The glory you carry demands visibility. Chosen one. Heaven is not elevating you in silence. It is elevating you in sight of those who doubted, overlooked, misunderstood, or underestimated you. Not for revenge, but for revelation. Your life is becoming a testimony not of your greatness, but of God's faithfulness. And the one who watched you the longest, whose silence held stories, whose eyes carried confession, can no longer remain in the shadows. Their truth is approaching slow but unstoppable, like dawn, pressing against the horizon. Their confession will reveal more about your calling than about their heart. But remember this, the transfer that awaits you is bigger than admiration, confession, or recognition. It is a supernatural repositioning. Heaven is shifting you into spaces where your voice will matter, where your presence will be needed, where your influence will carry kingdom weight. Doors will open not because you forced them, but because you finally became the version of yourself heaven has been shaping all along. The blessing is not chasing you, it is aligning with you. In this next chapter, you will notice your spirit responding differently. Peace will become your default. Discernment will sharpen. Clarity will guide your steps. Opportunities will arrive without striving. You will feel heaven's wind behind you, pushing you forward with a grace that erases the memory of past battles. The watchers will see it too, the glow, the strength, the unmistakable signature of divine intervention. Chosen one. Everything in your life is rising: your identity, your influence, your provision, your purpose. The world is about to witness what heaven has been cultivating in secret. Stand firm, stand ready. The transfer is not coming, it is here. Chosen one. As we come to the close of this sacred moment, let your spirit rest in the truth heaven has unveiled. You are not walking into your future blindly. You are being guided, covered, and carried by the one who has already gone before you. The supernatural transfer has begun. The alignment is real. The shift is active. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the appointed time where heaven's intention meets your obedience, and nothing can interrupt what God has set in motion. Anointed one, may your heart remain steady, your discernment sharp, and your faith unshakable. You have been seen, refined, and positioned for such a time as this. Walk now with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the favor of God is not approaching it, is resting on you. Let His peace anchor you. Let His glory surround you. Let His purpose unfold before you in ways more beautiful than you imagined. As you step into the days ahead, expect revelation, expect clarity, expect provision that carries heaven's fingerprints. Expect encounters that confirm what your spirit already knows. You are rising, chosen one, and heaven is rising with you. If this word resonated in your spirit, I invite you to seal it by writing, "I receive what heaven has begun," in the comments. And if you feel led, subscribe so you never miss the next message spoken over your destiny. Until we meet again, chosen one, walk, covered walk, awakened and walk in the fullness of your divine assignment.